Hey everyone, this is Sarah from Black Note Transcriptions. Today, we're going to talk about why it's okay that you just got rejected from your dream school. If you just got rejected from your dream school, I'm really sorry. That sucks. It really sucks. I can't be there to cheer you up or to give you a hug, so hopefully these reasons will help. Now, I have been rejected from a lot of schools and from a lot of opportunities, a lot of gigs, a lot of auditions, and hopefully my experience with rejection and picking myself back up can help you feel a little more inspired to keep going. Now, I know there's so much pressure riding on you right now. Maybe your parents are expecting you to go to the same school that they went to and that their parents went to. Or maybe you're the first person in your family to get the chance to even go to college and you just really want to make everyone proud. Maybe you've dreamt of attending this school since you were 4 and you first saw their wind ensemble perform, or you heard of somebody famous who went to that school. It's totally okay to have a dream school, and it's more than okay to have amazing goals. I respect you so much for that ambition, and I respect you for trying something and putting yourself out there. The audition and the admission process itself is so hard and so stressful that the fact that you even just went through it is really impressive, and you should be proud. Reason number 1, maybe you aren't ready. Now, I'm starting off with the meanest, harshest reason in case you just want to turn off this video and go curse my name. That's fine, I understand. But maybe the truth is that you aren't ready. So why does that make it okay? Well, think about it this way. If you aren't really ready to go to that school and you got accepted, you wouldn't really have that much fun. If every day you're surrounded by colleagues and teachers who are expecting you to be at a level that is so much higher than where you're at right now, you will burn out, you would be stressed, you would be so overwhelmed with your everyday life. So if you truly aren't ready for that environment, then it's for the best that you didn't get accepted at this point. However, this does not mean that you are not great. This does not mean that you're not talented or skilled or worthy of being a musician. Of course, you are all those things, but sometimes certain schools have a certain environment and it's not for everyone. Reason number 2 is that your reputation will be okay. I know that right now it seems like the only thing in life that matters is where everybody is or isn't going to college. Everybody's talking about it at school. Your teachers are asking you every single day if you got any news. Your parents will not leave you alone about it. I get it. It's a very, very stressful time. And announcing to everybody that you didn't get accepted can feel devastating. It can feel actually embarrassing. And there's nothing that I can do or say to make that go away. Chances are everybody that you talk to will be very, very supportive and understanding. The people in your life who really matter will be so happy to see you thriving at whatever university you choose or not choose. They will be happy if you decide to take a year off. They will be happy if they see you happy in the long run. I know it can be really tough if your parents have an expectation of you, and by not getting into a certain school, you've let them down. But they should really understand, and if you have tried your absolute best, then they should be okay with it. Now, whatever happens after this season of college acceptance chaos, remember this. Everybody around you is about to have a whole year of change, of growth, of decisions, and everybody's going to be a different person in 1 year. 1 year from now, you're going to forget so many names and faces of people who are haunting you at the moment. And 1 year from now, every single person that you know will just be a completely different person. Some people are going to change schools. Some might drop out of school altogether. Some will join the military. Some will decide to start families. Some will go off and join the Peace Corps. Some will decide that they don't like the school that they're at and they're going to apply for something bigger and better for them. Everybody's on a different path, and so much is going to change within the next year. So trust me, being rejected from your dream school is not the end of the road for you. Everything's going to change, and your reputation will be okay. And trust me, you are not the first person to be rejected from a school. Reason number 3, you will meet amazing people. Trust me when I say this, the top 10 elite schools in your country are not hoarding all of the best people in the country. There are amazing people at every single university that you could ever attend. Anywhere you go, you are going to meet people who you will carry with you for the rest of your life. And I really hope that you find the best friends, the best connections, the best collaborators that you could ever possibly dream of finding. They're there, they're waiting for you, and they are just as scared and excited as you are. So trust me, you are going to meet people that will change your life. You will meet people that you will love forever, and that is such an amazing thing. There are great people at every university. Reason number 4, lesser known schools can be amazing. This is such a well-kept secret in America. So many schools have such great programs, and you may have never ever heard of them or ever even considered moving to that state. For example, so many state and public universities have just the most incredible music programs. You might feel like since you didn't get into your top 3 conservatories that you're gonna fail as a musician, and let me tell you, that is not true. So many amazing schools are out there, and they are waiting for you, and once you get there, you may find that they're gonna kind of kick your butt. So no matter how good you are, you will find that some of the lesser known schools are just thriving and bustling and just overflowing with talented, amazing, excited musicians. Don't let that overwhelm you. I don't want you to think that there's just too many great people out there. There's definitely room for you. But know that going to a lesser known school is nothing to be ashamed of, because those schools harvest so many amazing people, they harvest so many amazing teachers, and such great music can come from those relationships and those environments. Also, it can be really great to look for a teacher that really speaks to you. Look for somebody that you can really work with and connect with. You may find that this dream private instructor of yours teaches at a totally unknown school. That's fine. If that teacher is the teacher that's going to change your life, go study with them. Reason number 5, you are honestly better off learning from peers and teachers who are at your level. Now, I don't want you to feel like this means that you suck and that you can never be in the most elite places in the world. That's not true. But right now, you need to accept where you are in your skill, in your musicianship, in your work ethic, and find a school that is at that same level. This doesn't mean that the musicians who are at that level are bad at all. You're just in a different step in your journey. So find people who are at your level, and they will teach you the most. They will teach you the lessons that are the most valuable for you and the most relevant for you with where you are right now. Reason number 6 is that you might be able to afford it now. Maybe. I know that education, especially in the States, can be very expensive, but sometimes those super elite schools can be even more outrageously expensive. So a bright silver lining here is that if you go to a lesser known school or a state school, you might have a smaller bill. Of course, your student debt will still haunt you forever, but it'll be a smaller amount, so that's a plus. Reason number 7, you can always apply there for graduate school. Now, maybe graduate school is completely off your radar, or you don't even really know what it is, or you can never see yourself doing more than 4 or 5 years of college, and that's okay. But if you know that you want to achieve a master's degree or a PhD, you can always reapply to that school for those degrees. Even though you might have a path that you're on and you have these goals and these dreams, you really don't know where these next 4 or 5 years are going to take you. A lot of people apply to graduate school immediately after they finish their undergraduate degree, whereas a lot of people wait many years, even decades. Maybe they'll have a full career and then they go back to graduate school. So you have your entire lifetime ahead of you to potentially attend this school. Those are our 7 reasons, but now let's talk about what you can do. What can you do to feel better, and what can you do to make sure that you're still succeeding every day? The first thing I want to tell you is don't quit. Do not give up. This is just one setback. I know that it might feel like the biggest setback you've ever experienced, and you may just feel completely torn and embarrassed and humiliated and ashamed of yourself for this setback, but it really is just one setback. You're going to experience a lot more of these setbacks and a lot more of these failures, I'm just being honest, but you are going to also achieve so many great successes. So do not quit. Understand that there is so much out there for you, and the entire world is open and ready and waiting for you. Now that you're not tied to these dream schools, think about all the crazy options you have. What are you going to do with your life? Don't let that be scary. Let that be exciting. There's so many places you can go, so much you can do with your music. If you're just really devastated and you hate your instrument at the moment and you hate your teacher and you're mad at your parents, take some time off. Take a week away from your instrument. Try to chill. Just breathe. I know that it's very hard right now, but once you start crawling out of this hole, start playing your instrument again, fall in love with your instrument again, and realize that you and your music have so many places to go. The next tip I have for you is just to stay positive. Everything's gonna be okay. My next tip is to take this as a good sign. This might sound kind of cheesy, but understand that this failure is pushing you on the next right path for you. You might have had this great big goal, but maybe now is the time for you to rediscover yourself and to find out where you're really meant to be. Also, if you are so dead set on attending this school, you can try again. You can maybe apply next year. Depending on the admission requirements and what the school allows, you might be able to apply next year. If you've never been in touch with the school or with certain teachers at that school, I highly recommend getting in touch with them. But make sure that all of your interactions are positive, friendly, and that you're never upset with them or blaming them or in any way insulting them for not accepting you. If you choose to reach out to the school, do it in a very polite way. Thank them for the opportunity to audition for them. Maybe ask them for some feedback on your audition. You can say, "Hi, I'm hoping to audition again next year. I really love your school and your program and what you're doing. Could you please give me any comments or suggestions on my audition? Because I want to know what it takes to be a student in your program." The admissions department might never respond to you, or they might not be able to comment on your application, and you need to just accept that. But at the same time, understand that just the act of you reaching out to the school is seen as a very confident and very mature thing to do. If your note reaches a certain private instructor that you're hoping to study with, they might be impressed by your maturity and your honesty and your willingness to accept feedback, and that might be the start of a great relationship that can help get your foot in the door for the next year. My next tip for you is to re-examine why this school was your dream school. Since you've been rejected, are you secretly feeling some form of relief? Sometimes we have these dreams and these goals that aren't really ours, and it takes a long time to realize that they aren't ours. What I mean by this is maybe a parent or a sibling or some kind of pressure in your community has shaped you into thinking that this is your dream. So if you're feeling any amount of relief by the fact that you don't have to go to this school, that's a good sign that it never really was your dream to begin with. If you are still completely crushed and you're like, no, it's totally my dream, that's great too. But still take the time to understand, why was this your dream school? Was it your dream school because you told everybody it was when you were 5 and you're sticking to that? Or did your big sister go to this school and you just really want to go to it too? Or do you just want to go because it's the best school in the country and you know that you belong there? Really figure out why you want to go to that school. Because once you write that list of reasons, you might realize, these reasons maybe aren't very good. Or I can achieve all of these goals at a different school. So take the time to really find out why you're so upset by this. My last tip for you is to understand that sometimes things just don't work out. And this is something that you're just going to have to accept. Sometimes you'll be rejected from things and it's completely not fair. Maybe you deserve to be at this dream school more than anybody else. and it's still possible that you would get rejected. Sometimes it just happens. Understand that your audition and your application are just brief looks into your world and into your skills and into your potential. And sometimes whoever is looking at your audition might not really realize how special you are within those brief 5 minutes. That's just the way it is sometimes, and sometimes it's just not fair. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you have any comments, any stories, any suggestions for anybody going through this kind of rejection, please leave them in the comments below. And if you would like to subscribe to our channel, please do so. You can also click the little bell for notifications. If you want to see more of our content or to check out our premium services, you can do so by visiting us at blacknotetranscriptions.com.